Hello, everybody. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about Justin's health, the things I've learned and tried and sort of anecdotally experimented with for my health. I'm not giving any advice, just my thoughts and experiences. So the first one I think, of course, and we all know this, is sleep and consistent rest. When I do a good job of that, life is a whole lot better. Even when I build in a little bit of a nighttime routine, I feel the best when I get a morning routine and usually some breathing exercises. Okay, that's a big one. Breathing. I just really think people don't breathe enough. When you breathe, it doesn't just go in your chest, it can go in your stomach, your sides, your back. You can really learn to expand your lungs. And I think there's a great deal of benefit to that. I love, and I've talked about him before, Wim Hof. Look him up on YouTube. There's a lot of free stuff you can try and follow along, but there's dozens of different sorts of breathing techniques. It's, we exercise other parts of our body. We should exercise our lungs and our diaphragm and our breathing capacity. I run a humidifier in my room. I run an air filter. I try to keep the air clean. It's very dry in Alberta. I don't want to dry out. So air and breathing, big one. Sleep. Those things work together. I found some trick one time where you cut half a lemon and split it and leave it open in the room. I only did it for about a week, but I thought I felt quite a bit better. Another thing that I do for my health, and I think this is connected to soul stuff, mental stuff, interpret it any way you want, is I keep a dream journal. If I wake up and I remember my dreams, I write them down, even if it's point form. Can seem like a little bit of a painful thing to do. You want to get your day started or whatever, but if you can take 5-10 minutes, even point form, write it down. It often turns into me writing for a page or two with my scribbly writing. But then what I'm able to do later, I've got a dream journal now with dozens and dozens of really cool dreams. And I'll go read them and say, oh yeah, that one I remember. Oh yeah. And you're kind of, I believe, building that infrastructure where you tether your conscious mind to your subconscious mind more, which can be helpful for all sorts of things, because one of these episodes, I'm going to get into my thoughts and the thoughts of a lot of experts on the power and capabilities of our subconscious mind. That is a fascinating topic. But for now, back to health. Another big one is water and filtered water. Now I use, and I'm not endorsing anything, I don't sell anything for anybody, but I've got a thing called, I'm pretty sure it's called the zero water filter. I think now that's activated carbon, I believe. I think activated charcoal might be better for some reasons. Their product is activated carbon, and I've modified it a little bit. So I have a gravity-fed 4-liter thing into a glass container because I don't want the BPAs from the plastic to seep in there. But I try to get 3 to 4 liters of filtered clean water every day in me. Now, ironically, it's when you do something consistently for a long time that then when you discontinue it, you realize how much benefit it's doing for you. I've known people who talked about not sleeping well for many years, and then they get onto a normal sleep routine, and it's only then that they realize how terrible they had felt all that time leading up. So you really owe it to yourself to try some of these things consistently and try to get in touch enough with your body or pay attention enough that you note how much better you're feeling, because how you're feeling is a massive reflection of what's going on internally, not just physically, but spiritually, mentally, it's all connected. So a big one for me is 3 to 4 liters every day of filtered water. I use a gravity fed filter that I made, and I fill up my 3 to 4 liter jug, and I try to make sure it's gone by the end of the day. Now, if you take this up, because I've had friends try it, if you increase your volume of water intake that much, you might be peeing a lot. But interestingly, after a few days, even, your body sort of levels and tapers out and you don't pee anymore. And my understanding, based on the research I've done around this topic, is that the hydration is able to kind of get past the main organs and the main primary stuff that the body needs to utilize quite a bit and gets to the cellular level. I know that a lot of people swear by just drinking a large volume of water for weight loss and all kinds of things. It makes your skin more clear. Amazing benefits. That's a big one. I'm almost listing these things in order of value in my mind. Okay, next thing is diet and what you eat. And I'll do 2 parts to this one. I've experimented a lot with what I eat and how it makes me feel. And honest, I like junk food. I like pizza and burgers and all that stuff. but I've really been working hard to try more and more to go vegan. And I'll do it for a couple days at a time. Then I'll do it for 3 or 4 or 5 days at a time. I think the longest I've gone is close to 2 weeks in all in a stretch. And what I've experienced personally is, well, my body feels way better. I have more energy than I expected. I don't feel hungry. And I kind of thought it would be harder to get onto it than it was because my energy was still good and I felt great. I wake up easier. When I've done it in long stretches, I've noticed things like little body aches and pains that come back as soon as I start eating something unhealthy like a pizza. But again, you only notice how much better you feel if you stick with it consistently for 3 or 4 or 5 days at least, right? So I myself personally, I'm really experimenting with that, doing longer and longer chunks. I think it's been good for me. I'm going to do some bigger chunks. So another big one for myself has been meditation. I'm going to do an episode talking about my past, point forming a little bit, my history to some degree, to whatever degree I want to talk about it publicly. I'm not going to get into a whole lot of that right now, other than to say things like meditation. I would have thought of that as being a little too esoteric or woo-woo for me, even maybe 6 years ago in my life. I had some stuff happen that really opened me up to meditation, dissolving my ego, getting out of my own way, and sort of a bit of a more opened up spiritual understanding of what that all means. So, on the topic of health and what's been helpful for me, meditation has been huge. Just time alone, breathing exercises, and sometimes guided meditation. One's about gratitude. I'll see if I can remember to put a link or two in the show notes of even some music that I've been put onto by close friends of mine that I've met along this journey of mine, this spiritual journey the last few years. But meditation at its core, functionally, I think is just switching the senses off enough to get out of your own way and just be still and quiet to access what you really are at your deepest core and just spend some time there. Amazing things can happen. Another thing with health is reading. And I've always read, but kind of scattered in bits and pieces. And I've really pushed myself to read more. And my reading and comprehension abilities just kind of keep going up. And my enjoyment of reading keeps going up as well. And my leanings towards more diverse subjects, it's just, I feel like reading is crucial. I feel like I could almost do a whole episode talking about my passion for books and the uniquely refined offering of information in a very particular format that a book is. I think audio is great. I think podcasts are great. Videos are great. Pictures, films, all of that stuff is incredible. But there's something just so unique that books are able to do. And I'm not even sure what words to attach to it other than you just have to grind your way through a few of them, especially if you're like me at all and you have any interest in acting. It's kind of a crucial skill to be constantly developing. Yeah. And then the other thing with health is just a little bit of consistent working out. Nothing major, nothing major. Watching your thoughts, keeping your thoughts positive, keeping your thoughts open. I'm a big believer in thoughts that leave openings for possibilities. What if I tried that? What's the worst that can happen? How could I get from here to here? Questions like that get your subconscious mind processing. And then fantastic solutions will just pop in your mind 3 days later after your soul level or biological processor has done the work on it. It's incredible. It's incredible. I think accessing the subconscious mind is a crucial piece for an actor as well. But positive thoughts, positivity, because that really, I mean, where your thoughts are is where your energy goes. Okay, I'll list one more thing. Vision boards. I won't show you, but I have a vision board on my wall beside my bed. I have it on purpose beside my bed because I like it to be the first and the last thing I see. My understanding, again, is that research has shown the first 5 minutes and the final 5 minutes of your time awake in the day are the times where you're the most receptive and open for different reasons. So a vision board should be in line with your ideal future, and it should feel like the future that feels right. Not so much about getting the precise picture, like say there's a certain home, this one or this one, ooh, which one do I like better? It's just about images that are sort of in line with what feels like your ideal future, what feels right. And not what feels right based on, oh, people, I would look really good to others. And yeah, no, it's what feels right based on the perception of your own soul, which goes back to that meditation work and spending time with your deepest self. But a vision board, especially beside your bed, is a really powerful way to just refocus your thoughts to those positive goals. I think one of the worst things we can do personally is wake up and reach for your phone right away and look at social media. Social media is designed to keep us in a reactionary state, not a real open, thoughtful kind of state. I don't have any, problem with people looking at social media. For me personally, I don't want it to be the first thing I do in the day and the last thing I do in the day. I get to it when I get to it. I want my best vision of my future to start and cap off my days. Anyways, that's a few of my things. I hope they're helpful, talking about kind of well-rounded health. And it's a journey that I'm still on. If you have any comments or ideas on the subject, please share them. I'm still learning. I've got a shake. I do a vegan shake that's full of multivitamins as well. I think that stuff's really good. And there's maybe a couple of other subjects that could be connected to that I won't get into right now, but some fun ones. Have an awesome day, everybody. Learned, tried, and sort of anecdotally. Boy, talk about a brain fart on the word.